Hi there, and welcome to this week's video, which is indeed a tutorial. By popular demand, a lot of you keyed into a slight eye makeup change in the last Q&A video. It is indeed a smoky eye. Duh, I don't deviate all that far, but I did vary it a little bit, and I'm going to show you that variation in just a second. But in the name of brevity, I thought I'd speed things along, so I've already applied my foundation, brows are done, some contouring is done, and powder, and I promise I will list all the ingredients in the description portion so you won't miss a beat. But I want to launch into the eye look and show you the slight change that I made you say, hey, something's a little different here and I want in. So here we go. It will probably come as no surprise that the palette that I'm using is my Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette. Still hands down my favorite. The color section that I'm going to use would be this grouping right here. It's in the far left corner of this palette, but as you can see, neutrals and very light shades of neutral. So I'm going to do a wash with my eye with this top color right here and apply the light color to the entire eyelid. Now that I've done that, I'm going to push in and get a little closer because I know you want detail, and I think that's going to help. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I will use this lighter shade of brown right here, and I'm going to go into the crease of the eye with this and outward. And I'm using a soft brush, not too pointy. I'm just carving out a little bit of depth and dimension here. Again, right into the crease. And just a hair above so it touches lightly on the bone, on your brow bone. This creates that open eye look by going a little bit higher with your deeper shades. And just a slight little wing out so that I'm hitting the end of my brow here. Same thing on the other side. This is a very soft brown, almost a khaki brown. What I love about these shades in this particular palette is that anybody can wear them. They're all matte colors and they're all in the neutral tones. So I'm getting a lot of bang for my buck with this Kat Von D palette. Okay, so here's the next change now, and this is what you noticed was a little bit different. I found this particular pencil at my Walgreens store, and it's by CIRCA. And the particular color is Pure Topaz. Look at me, I did that without my readers. Pure Topaz. It's a lovely color. It has a bit of a shimmer to it, and that's what you noticed. I normally stay away from shimmers, but this is in the neutral tone. It's a beautiful topaz, has a bit of a bronzy color to it. And anyway, I decided to play with this in a smoky eye variation, and I liked it, and you guys did too. So I take this little crayon, and what I'm going to do now is apply the topaz to my upper lid. And it's going to bring on a little bit of a gold and a little frosty color. And I'm okay with that as long as it's limited to this area. And I'm also going to use this for smudging under the eye. Doesn't have to be a perfect application. This is a very light color. You can play with it, you can take it away, you can add whatever you feel you need to do. But it has just a little iridescence to it, still keeping us in the neutral colors. The next thing will be carving out now with my darker brown, which is the middle color right here. And I'm going to use a flat brush for that because I'm now working into the deep crevice of the eye. Going right in the crease, right above the iridescence, a little bit out here to the side. Just making a nice little V for Vavoom. And like I said, don't worry if you're messy, you can clean all this up later. And I saved my concealer for the very end, which I use to really clean everything up and create some nice straight lines And I'll show you that in just a minute. Okay, the next thing I will do is take my liner, which is by L'Oreal Voluminous Smoldering Liner in brown, and you will notice that a lot of these products I'm using come from my neighborhood drugstore, so I'm saving you money at the same time. You don't have to spend a lot to be able to create a really neat look. So with this liner, I'm now going to rim the waterline on both the top and the bottom. All the way into the inner rim of the corner. And just take your time if your eyes tear. Some of us are a little more sensitive to these things than others. Some of us are just very sensitive. Okay, and now I'm going to use a brush that is somewhat flat and firm, and I'm going to take that dark brown color, this one right there, and I'm going to now get some of that on my brush and smudge right up on my top lash line. And then with this flat one, I'm going to jump ship and go to the middle section, use a tiny, tiny bit of black, just a little bit, right for the outer lash line edge, right here. Just follow, hug really, really closely to your lashes. It just creates a little bit more of a cat eye, widens the eyes. Okay, and now with the initial brush that we used for our lightest brown, just take that and start to blend. Just smooth everything out. Blend it all together. Light brown, your dark brown, your black. Give it a nice, pulled, blended look. The key with the smoky eye is not seeing any harsh lines. All right, and then with my flat, wide brush, I will use the lightest color, this off-white, and go right underneath my brow. Coming in on the inner corner, all the way out. And you can use that if you have any hard lines up top here. You can blend those out. Again, I just want no lines and just really softness and shadow. Okay, now at this point I might go back and take my CIRCA pencil and kick just a little bit of that frost right here on the inner corner, right there, because that's where you want the light to hit your eyes, right there on the lid. It just gives it a little bit of a sparkle. Okay, and now that I am happy with that, I will take my curling iron. Eyelash curler. If you heat it up with a hairdryer, it becomes a curling iron. Up to you, just don't singe your little eyelashes, okay? Give them a little curl. See how easy this was? And I will do 2 coats of mascara. And then of course there will be falsies, of course. Getting there, hang with me. Gonna let that dry. So now I will apply some blush while I'm waiting on my lashes to dry. I use this color all the time. I don't know what it is. It's a MAC color. It's ancient. It's so ancient. Look, I'm scraping from the bottom of the barrel here, but it's like a terracotta, peachy, neutrally browny color. I love it. It seems to go with everything, and most importantly with my skin color and tone, so I'm sticking to it. Anyway, like I said, I've contoured already, so now I'm going to apply blush right here on the apples of my cheeks. Going upward, duck face. If you need to find those apples or pears. I will also put on quickly, since I'm done with the eyeshadow, my Tarte Creaseless Concealer in medium, still my favorite. And by the way, I've done videos on the Tarte Creaseless Concealer, the Anastasia contouring kit, as well as the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation, all of which I've used in this video. So I'll give you a link, and if you want to see those and see tutorials and demonstrations on those products, go for it. I am still using them and still loving them. And this is your opportunity now to really create a nice even line with your eyeshadow. Clean up any debris that's fallen below and just go straight out to the side. And this is a Marc Jacobs concealer brush that I'm using to apply. Most of my brushes are very old. I've purchased them at MAC over the years. They have stood the test of time. They are so old, they don't have numbers on them, but I always recommend if you're in need of makeup brushes, go to your neighborhood MAC store, and I find their personnel to be very informative on brushes and techniques and all of that, and they'll walk you through and get you the kind of brushes that you need for the type of makeup application that you're trying to do. After I do that, I have a wider brush, and now I just take it and I pull it, whisk it out, whisk it down. Here, see how it created a nice smooth line right there? So I've taken care of any debris that's fallen. Makes a nice little highlight here at the very end, and I will set this with my powder. A nice little trick too, by the way, is just kick a little bit of your concealer right here at the bow of your mouth, and it just casts a little bit of light right there, and dab it, and it just makes for a real pretty look. Okay, and I have my Face Atelier Ultra Loose Powder. This is number 2. And I have used this practically in every makeup tutorial I've done, and I still love it. So I'm just going to set this under eye area now. Just take it and I press. And I find that with the Tarte concealer, it's very oily, very thick. It sits on top of the skin. And then when I set it and I really just push this loose powder into it, it just makes it stick. And it has great coverage, and I don't find that it settles into the lines at all. I don't know how, but it just doesn't. Okay, so now that that has fallen, I will use a different mascara for my bottom lashes. This is Voluminous False Fiber Lashes, and the reason why I use this on the bottom is because this wand is very flat and straight. You don't want something with too many long spokes sticking out because it's very hard to get that line. And I take it and I just like to wiggle and get right at the base of my lower lashes, but not pull out, because I don't want the long spiders coming down. And just wiggle. That'll do it. Almost there. So last but not least, for the eyes, my falsies, Andrea strip lashes in number 53. Great length, great width, and they just look super natural on. So I'm going to apply those with my Andrea clear glue. Oh, I'm just dropping stuff left and right. Oh, that's right. We're exactly the same, you and me. What happens in my bathroom happens in yours, and I know it. Okay, so blow on it. Makes it dry a little bit and makes them a little tackier. It's the only tacky I like. All right, in we go. You come from the top down and then just press them in. And this particular lash does not go all the way to the inner corner, which is why I like it. I find the ones that go the entire length of your lash line don't stay down. Mine always lift from the inner corners, and it drives me bonkers. So this one covers about 3/4 of the eye, maybe a little bit more, but leaves a little gap right in there, which we will then fill in with a liquid liner. So it looks like it goes the full length of the eye. Okay, and once I get everything in place, I just sort of push it in and let it sit. Now I'm going to use my Milani iTech Perfection, this baby, and I will just go right here, just so it looks like my lash strip goes all the way in. Okay, eyes are done, cheeks done, a little bit of blush up here, and the next thing is going to be lip liner and lipstick, and I have a new lipstick to show you. Lip liner will be Max Spice. Look at this poor child. That's all I have left. Time for me to go shopping. Just love this color though. Good neutral. Almost there. And I do need my little cheaters for this lip color. And I'm having a good time with this for a couple of reasons. First of all, this is by Tarte, and Lip Sculptor. It's a lipstick and a lip gloss. Hold on, if I can find the color. Are you kidding me? How am I supposed to see that? VIP, maybe? I'm gonna double check that and it will be listed in the description portion, but it looks like VIP. Anyway, it's an exquisite nude. Very, very nice, natural, creamy lipstick with a lip gloss on the back end. So if your lips need a kick of moisture, there you go, and it's in the same shade, okay? Anywho, here we go. Great nude, has a little pinky tone to it, and it has enough pigment to not make you look completely washed out. Some nudes don't have enough pigment and it looks a little scary. This one does, and I just love the color, love how it feels. It moisturizes, it feels good, it wears well. And then you can stop right there, depending on how happy you are with that. You could always add, I'm careful with lip gloss. I can't stand it when women look like they have dipped their lips in goop and it's just moving around everywhere and it's all you see. So if you need a little lip gloss, just dab a little right here. And that's it, call it a day. So there you go. Okay, so I'm gonna take the hair out and finish getting dressed and you will see everything all put together. Hold on. Okay, here is the finished product and result. You see the smoky eye, but the only variation was this little magic wand. CIRCA, however you choose to pronounce it, but just having a little bit of that topaz right there along the rim of the eye, up on the lid and down below, gave it just enough little glitter and a little subtle sparkle that made you notice the difference. So I hope you found this tutorial very helpful. We've done a lot of smoky eyes, but sometimes it's nice just to throw a little variation in there so you don't feel like you're using the same colors over and over, and you can modify as you go, using trends, using things that work with your skin tone and your personal taste, because isn't that what this is all about in the first place? Comments and suggestions below. Please give me your ideas. I live for them. I'm here for you. It's that easy. Follow me on social media as well as click to Houston's click2houston.com, the station's website where I do anchor, yes, hard to believe, the 6 and 10 o'clock newscasts here in Houston. We stream them live, so you can always watch one of our newscasts, but I appreciate you being here. I'm so grateful that you're part of my community. So with this new smoky eye look, have fun in your bathroom, play, experiment, do not forget to be bold, and you will be blessed, and I'll see you in a week. Bye.